We open here with the title, How to Start a Digital Marketing Agency, Your Roadmap to a Thriving Business in 2026. This isn't about hype, it's about leverage. Digital marketing agencies still exist for one simple reason. Businesses want growth, but they don't want chaos. And marketing, left unmanaged, becomes chaos fast. Tools multiply. Platforms shift. Attention fragments. Someone has to bring order to that mess. That's the role of a good agency. Seth Godin's idea that marketing is about making change happen sets the tone. If nothing changes for the client, nothing mattered. That's the lens we'll keep using throughout this session. On this next slide, you see what we'll cover. Notice how focused it is. No laundry list, no buzzword bingo. We'll talk about why agencies still matter in 2026, the skills that actually compound over time, why choosing a niche isn't a constraint but a multiplier, how pricing and systems keep you sane, and how AI fits in without quietly destroying trust. If you're expecting shortcuts, this won't land. But if you're looking for a clear, grounded path, you're in the right place. Now, the real opportunity. As this slide shows, businesses aren't short on tools. They're drowning in them. CRMs, ad dashboards, analytics platforms, automation software, most companies have more capability than clarity. What they're under-supported on is strategy, judgment, consistency. That's where agencies win. Not by knowing every platform, but by knowing what not to do. By helping clients focus on the few actions that actually move revenue, not vanity metrics. And this is where I'll pause for a moment, because if you want something practical to follow along with, you can download the PDF linked below. It turns these ideas into checklists and frameworks you can actually use. And if this kind of thinking helps you, make sure you're subscribed, because later sessions go much deeper into execution. Next, we move into skills. This slide is doing something subtle. It's not listing everything you could learn. It's pointing at leverage. SEO and content compound. Paid traffic gives you speed and feedback. Analytics help you decide instead of guess. Messaging turns attention into trust. The idea from Atomic Habits fits perfectly here. Small skills, practice daily, compound quietly. Most failed agencies didn't lack ambition. They lacked depth. They chased trends instead of mastery. One strong lane beats 5 shallow ones every time. Now let's talk about niche. A lot of people hear niche and think limitation. This slide flips that idea. A niche is a shortcut to relevance. When you specialize, your positioning sharpens. Referrals come faster because people know exactly who to send your way. Pricing conversations get easier because you're not another option. You're the option for a specific problem. The lean startup idea, build something people love, applies here. Love comes from being understood, and being understood comes from focus. Quick question, and I genuinely like your take. If you were starting today, what niche would you choose first? SaaS, local services, coaches, e-commerce? Drop it in the comments and explain why. That reflection alone can clarify more than weeks of research. Next, the unglamorous part. Foundations. This slide matters more than most people admit. Legal structure, contracts, separate finances, clear scope, these aren't later problems. They're early protection. Many agencies fail quietly, not because they can't get clients, but because success exposes weak foundations. One bad client, one unpaid invoice, one unclear agreement. The lesson from the E-Myth Revisited shows up here. Systems protect creativity. When the boring parts are handled, your mind is free to do the work that actually matters. Now we shift to brand. Notice how simple the framing is on this slide. Your website answers one question. Can I trust you? Not are you clever, not are you everywhere. Trust. Clear language beats clever language. Proof beats promises. Consistency beats intensity. A brand is not what you say once. It's what people experience repeatedly. When brand is clear, selling feels less like persuasion and more like alignment. Pricing comes next. And this is where many agencies quietly sabotage themselves. Pricing for time keeps you trapped. Pricing for value sets you free. Retainers stabilize cash flow. Outcomes matter more than tasks. And confidence, whether we like it or not, is part of what clients buy. This echoes positioning ideas from Expert Secrets. People don't just buy services, they buy certainty. Your pricing communicates how certain you are that you can help. Now, clients, this slide tells a truth people often resist. Your first clients don't come from clever funnels. They come from proximity, your network, helpful content, direct, respectful outreach, conversations, not campaigns. Momentum beats perfection here. You don't need the perfect website to start. You need a conversation with someone who has a real problem and a reason to trust you. Scaling is next. As this slide shows, scale isn't about working harder, it's about working differently. Document what works. Delegate earlier than feels comfortable. Track only the KPIs that actually inform decisions. Burnout, more often than not, is a systems problem disguised as a motivation problem. When systems improve, energy returns. Then we arrive at AI. This slide draws a line in the sand. AI is an assistant, not a strategy. It automates repetition, it speeds drafts, it surfaces patterns, but judgment stays human. The agencies that win won't be the ones who use AI the most. They'll be the ones who use it responsibly, transparently, and in service of better thinking, not lazier thinking. Trust will outlast tools, always. Finally, we close here. Start where you are. That's not motivational fluff. It's operational advice. You don't need permission. You need motion. One conversation, one skill, one niche decision, one system documented. Mark Twain's line lands because it's true. Getting started solves more problems than planning ever will. To make this actionable, grab the PDF linked in the description. It's built to help you turn ideas into steps. Subscribe if you want more breakdowns like this, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next session. Because agencies aren't built in a moment. They're built in momentum, and momentum starts now.